Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play God of War. We're gonna push this big goddamn heavy thing.
And we're stuck. Card's still attached.
I see that.
While we're cutting ropes down, let's also cut this and the other rope suspending the two halves of the bridge, because as we push this car forward, we're gonna come across a ledge that will allow us to first hop up on the cart and then to that ledge. I think this is our first. It's not even a block pushing puzzle. It's essentially a block pushing puzzle, but I think, what, 6 hours into the game, we've come across our first one? We don't want to come this way yet, right? Because that will spit us out on the other side in the heart of the mountain, and that will bring us towards the puzzle that we're trying to solve. So instead, we'll come across the bridge that we just lowered for ourselves, give ourselves some light. And there are a couple of things that we can do up here. For instance, we can drop down into this hole and open up this door, which we saw from the other side, but which was inoperable before. It leads to this chest, which will either give us some steel to upgrade Atreus's bow, or, yeah, some steel. Great. That's just +1. Oh! I didn't notice this become available as I was pushing the cart forward. Everybody get on the payload. That's not even the Heavy's voice. Or anyone's voice. Either way, glad I came down the hole when I did. Kratos going down the hole. Now we'll cross the bridge one more time because there's still one or two more things to do up here. I think this time as we cross this bridge, two of the Draugr will come to life. Smash this guy up. He has no stun bar, so he is kind of a problem. Oh well, that's where the wolves come in. Atreus is really doing his job. Thought I would send him to the floor below, but nah, there's kind of an invisible wall above the railing preventing that from happening. It's okay, they're jobbers. They're jobber Draugr.
I think I'm getting better at this.
Hell yeah, he is. Atreus is doing such a good job. And now two more of these. Really easyifying. One of Odin's ravens. Oh, there's no way we're getting anywhere near all these. I have no desire. So I have platinumed every single God of War game, because I really like this series a whole bunch. So I went out of my way to do that. It's in rare company. LA Noire is, oddly enough, one of the only other games I platinumed, along with Demon Souls and Bloodborne.
Leave it alone.
I don't think I platinumed any other games. I don't know if I'm going to do that for God of War 2018 here. Because if killing all of Odin's ravens is a prerequisite for that, or if some of the more annoying collectibles or just time-wasty things are part of that platinum trophy, I haven't looked at it, but if that's the case, see, runic goes up, runic goes down, defense goes up, and cooldown goes up. So cooldown I'm fine with keeping a little bit low. I'd rather have my runic and my strength as high as possible, if nothing else. So we won't equip that. But yeah, if that trophy's too tedious, I'm not gonna bother. I don't have time for that shit anymore in my life.
Leave it.
What could they be for? There's something special about them. I can feel it.
If the platinum is reasonable, though, yep, I'm gonna add it to my collection. I have to look at that list sometime. In the meantime, as we come up here from the second floor, we can raise this door, and that allows us to continue pushing the cart. To stay on the payload. Like a good, objective-based teammate. Stay on the cart. I didn't even realize it was there. That'll be handy for later. Now we're going to continue pushing this into the next room. As you can see, another ledge coming up on the left-hand side, which we'll jump up on using the cart. I think this needs to inch one more space forward. that will be perfect. So the entire point of this puzzle here in the heart of the mountain is to just dislodge the rock that is currently on the rope, holding down the counterweight. We want to bring the claw back down using the mechanism from before, and we have a new runic summon already. We just got our first one at the end of Alfheim, and now we have the Falcon's Dive that we'll see in a bit. So we want to free the counterweight and bring the claw back down using the mechanism that Atreus was trying to use last time when it brought the boulder tumbling down.
Well, that looks heavy.
And then hopefully we'll use this giant stupid claw machine to ride to the summit of the mountain. Lift with your legs. This whole game is just full of fun feats of strength. Like, they've leaned entirely into
I bet we can make the rope wheel work now. Might give us the way to the top.
the wondrous power of his godhood and what kind of supernatural strength it imbues him with. I don't feel like that was quite as common. His really impressive feats of strength in the other games, but I'm probably just misremembering stuff. Level 1 of that's a little unimpressive. We're gonna dig into this dude, though. We're just gonna stun him very, very quickly. Break his bones fairly quickly. Avoid all these stomps. And we'll even rage up just a little bit and cancel that once he becomes stunned. Not even gonna give him a chance to breathe. We're gonna smother this dude. Yarn fodder. By the way, I really do encourage you all to wade into the comments, because there you'll find great stuff like Jack, aka Epic, posting mini essays, episode after episode, on all sorts of really nifty mythos topics. Once again, he answered my call from the previous episode and talked about the giants, the Jotun, which is what the giants were called, and it means devourer in Old Norse. That's where Atreus comes in telling Kratos they weren't all necessarily like these Macedonian behemoths, but they were just another race or species. Some of them, yeah, they were colossal, but not necessarily based on the name. And then he went in another direction I really didn't expect, which is super cool. He went into the etymology of the word giant from William the Bastard in 1066. I'll let you all go back and see what he had to say about that, because these lessons are so fascinating, and they flow into something that I talk about a lot in different LPs. One of those hidden joys I get from games and LPing them especially, which is tangential learning. This game is not an explicit history lesson, but it's a good jumping off point. Well, speaking of jumping off, you have to have seen this multiple times by now, but it's always one of my favorite executions. So this is not a history lesson, but it is a jumping off point. It's an engine of curiosity. It makes you ask questions, it makes you wonder about things, and then you go look those things up, and you find out more and more as a result of that curiosity, which may have started here, but it ends in history books or wiki articles or just talking to people, or if you're as lucky as I am, with wonderful folks sharing their own knowledge and research with you. So cool. By the way, speaking of giants and Jotun and Jotnar and whatnot, I did a quick look of this a while back, but please go play this game if you get a chance on Steam, called Jotun, which I think they only called Jotun because they didn't think people would intuitively know to call it Jotun. Anyway, it's a slightly Shadow of the Colossus-esque boss-only, like, gorgeous hand-drawn indie game. Oh, I can't afford any of his new armor upgrades yet, because I've been spending my hack silver pretty liberally. Do I have enough if I sell the artifacts? Nah, still no. I think that was 30. Actually, that might put me over just a bit, but still, there are other things, because there's a new Talon Bow upgrade available. Yeah, it's this just jaw-dropping, gorgeous, hand-drawn, frame-by-frame indie game about fighting Norse deities. Speaking of tangential learning opportunities, that was a tangential game recommendation if you like Norse mythos, beautiful art, and very, very dope boss fights. Maybe one day I'll get around to LPing it. For now, let's turn our focus back to God of War, since we freed up the counterweight. We can now spin this and bring down the big claw. Now we're going to freeze this so the claw stays in place.
Follow me, Atreus.
And we have one more thing to do in here, which is to go retrieve the cart that we stopped pushing just so we could get up on that ledge. And we're going to push it into the waiting arms of the claw. Maybe forward one more? Yeah.
It fits. That's perfect.
Very, very nice. We're going to take another pass around the room, see what I missed. I'm pretty sure I didn't pick up the stuff from the giant we killed. We never came up here because there's no reason to yet.
That's definitely Yoda. You know, I think the giants not only mine the mountains, they actually live here.
I was hoping we could maybe find a small gear upgrade to use for later, but
Read it.
Sir. That's funny.
How so?
One hand wrote, Jotnar only. And another wrote, and also doors. Should we add to it?
No.
Yep, leave it as B. Yep, never pick this stuff up. Just loop back for it. Ooh, even more steel. Tempted to go back to Brock and see if there's if there's yet another available upgrade, but I think we're okay for now. We've wasted enough time taking circuitous routes around. Now, let's do this. Release the axe, which releases the counterweight and starts dragging us up.
Do you think this goes all the way to the top?
We will see soon enough.
That's where a flashlight was for.
Feels strange up there. We're heading into danger.
Do not concern yourself with what might be. Focus on what is, and be vigilant.
Yes, sir.
Now, remember that Atreus is inherently empathic. Remember fucking gratitude and the voices? Probably be fair to listen to his warning there.
Wait, that one's not broken. There's a note. A giant's prayer. They're asking their ancestors to watch over them. To guide them home.
Boy,
Wait. I think I know how it works. Watch.
what did you write?
I asked them to watch over Mother. Do you think they'll watch over us on the way to the top?
Come, boy. It is a long way up.
I love that scene. It's such a beautiful, self-contained moment. But it's also a
Stay
callback.
back.
Third time's the charm, right? He actually kind of gave him the pat on the back / half hug
The tunnel, boy.
that we saw him hesitate to do before. As Atreus gazed on at the majesty of those paper lanterns whisking his prayers away. It's really beautiful.
Well, good for me anyway.
I love how the force of picking that. Oh, that's so good.
Oh, come on!
That is not helping.
Yeah, Atreus.
See you on the other side.
Yeah. So Atreus takes these tunnels around whenever there are environmental hazards. Which is just a convenient gameplay contrivance, so you don't have to worry about him becoming injured due to environmental traps that, like, you can't control whether or not he moves away from them, so... it's small contrivance, but it's nice. It's convenient. I believe... oh no. Lightly singed Kratos. He could use some color. It's very pale. That, by the way, if you've ever wondered about that, that's the ashes of his former family. Eternally stuck to him, but starting to fade. Starting to crack a little. Also, the scar on his abdomen. Is this any good? It's a net positive, but I don't value defense and cooldown as highly. Cooldown is actually pretty good, but the defense upgrade I never feel. The big scar on Kratos' abdomen is where Zeus stabbed him in the stomach with a giant sword at the beginning of God of War 2.
Another mining room. It may not be as long a way up as we thought.
Also, I love this animation if you try to pull it back. Oh no, can't put my back into it. And then there is another one on this side. I think we pushed this one off later? It's the same thing. Then, is there anything else to see or do around here? I'm not seeing anything immediately. Just take one last look, one little glance around. Nope, we're good. So we're gonna push this one off, and then in a moment we'll get the other.
That did it.
Oh no, I thought you pushed this one off. Like midway up.
Moving again.
No, it's just both. Whoops.
Hey, when we get to the summit, how far do you think we'll be able to see? The lake? The world serpent? Our house?
We will see when we get there. Until then, eyes open.
Looks like our journey might be coming to an end pretty soon.
Whoa!
Atreus!
I'm fine. Just lost my balance for a moment. You know, for someone so strong, you sure worry a lot.
It serves me well, and how I keep us alive.
Yes. Not a terribly fun way to live, though.
Alright, so we'll see what's up next time. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one, y'all.